Next up. Hi guys, kembali lagi dalam Next Up episod ke-6 brought to you by Rakan Muda. Kita kembali episod kali ini dengan seorang fotografer. Jadi, korang jangan judge muka I kalau angle ni apa semua pada dia itu adalah art. Jadi kita nak tahu in detail about photography. Kejap lagi we'll be back to introduce guest kita hari ini. Korang duduk situ, sit tight. Rakan Muda Presents episod ke-6 Next Up. Yes, kita bersama dengan fotografer kita hari ini. Kita ada Amani Azlin. Ui, ternyanyilah. Amani Azlin. Ya.
Hai.
Boleh nyanyi?
Ni Amani Azlin.
Okey, tapi okey ke nak nyanyi ke nak biasa je?
Kita okey je.
Okey je.
Let's not.
Okay, kita sebut je lah. Takut pula nanti lama orang menyampah kita nyanyi nama orang. Okay, introduce yourself Amani. Maybe a little bit of a backstory.
Okay, so my name is Amani Azlin. I am a photographer, sometimes director. I've been freelancing, running my own production house for about 7 years now. So that's where we are. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I suka datang guest datang ramai dekat I punya sofa kuning ni. Datang ke sofa kuning ni.
Thank you for having me on your sofa kuning.
Okay, so since you're a photographer, I nak tanya, you ingat tak your very first gear you guna for photography?
Yes, so masa tu I 16.
Okay.
Or younger. So my dad ada kamera Lumix.
Okay.
So I pakai kamera tu ambil gambar pokok, gambar bunga. Lepas tu I macam tak suka lah nak colour pink. Dia kamera tu power, tapi I cakap kat baba nak kamera colour pink.
Okay.
So he got me a Sony Cybershot. So dia kecil je, pink. Boleh slide kat depan. Now it's back in trend. So banyak gila kat pasar seni kamera tu.
A lot of digital camera
is back. Yeah. And yeah, so my first subject was myself. I make gambar memang, make gambar myself. And then after that, I macam perasan-perasan I photographer. Lepas saya terus minta nak kamera lagi.
Nak kamera lagi. Tapi
tak boleh.
I baru nak cakap
pakai
tapi dia. Okay. I ingatkan dia orang macam like, okay boleh.
Wow.
Tak mana nak tahu because dia tengok you ambil gambar kan. Like they see you.
They did. I think eventually they saw the interest and it wasn't just a my mind kind of passion. Eventually I did have a camera. Masa tu tengah raya sale, I balik kampung kat Keluang. Kita orang jalan kat mall. Lepas tu ada kamera tengah sale. And then tengok-tengok tak gerak-gerak dan my dad cakap okay lah boleh lah. Belajar elok-elok.
Warna pink juga ke?
Yang tu serious sikit, warna hitam. Yes,
Serius sikit
Masa tu I pun dah pakai all black. So kena match. Dia
okay.
looping.
Dia ni kot tumbuh saran.
Yes.
Peringkat umur tu
kita upgrade.
Dia dah macam like I'm a young adult now gitu. And your 3 factors yang buat you akan judge a picture.
A picture meaning
Like 3 factors, the first 3 things that you would judge a picture when you see a picture.
I mean, I think first instinct is to not judge. Usually when I look at something, it's more like a consuming type thing. I am like overall. So first thing, definitely color. Although black and pink is my favorite color, but I find myself attracted to bolder colors like merah, biru, hijau. So dulu ada one phase yang warna merah je ambil, warna merah je ambil. So I noticed a lot of attraction towards color-based images. And then maybe composition. I prefer when I'm a bit more of a minimalist, so I prefer kalau gambar tu semua center. That was when I was growing up lah. I think the past 2-3 years I dah lagi suka benda yang macam tak center. So macam benda tu kat tepi sikit ke. Kalau nak center tapi make sure ada benda lain kat surrounding dia ke. Dulu I macam kalau benda tu bulat-bulat tu je ada. So composition is definitely there. Tapi over the time taste I pun tukar-tukar sikit.
Yeah, of course. Kan?
So banyak benda kita belajar, banyak benda kita consume.
Wow, you suka pink Selamat datang.
Kita ambil gambar dengan ni.
Boleh. But when you see a picture, what do you describe as perfect?
If I have to stop to look at the photo, I think that's a good image.
So that is a factor lah. But what will usually make you stop to look at the picture?
So color composition and then maybe eyes. Usually if the image has a subject or a person yang tengok kamera, I rasa macam a bit more macam dia nak apa ni macam tu. So I would stop. So
Okay.
eyeline is quite important for me, meaning either eyeline tu tengok benda macam kalau ni gambar, I tengok seluar you, I akan tengok kalau I tengok gambar ni,
tu,
I tengok seluar you dulu sebab instead of I tengok I, sebab I nak tengok apa yang subjek ni tengok.
Okay.
Or the second one is if the eyeline is to the camera. So kalau I tengok directly to the camera. So things like that. So eyeline, composition and colour. Tapi memang usually if I masuk a space or like if I tengok Instagram or whatever, colour is the first thing yang I nampak lah. Macam warna merah stoking ke, warna merah
It has
bunga
to be
ke.
something bold to attract you. It can be a monochrome picture, but then there's one bold color.
Because red, I think there's different shades of red as well. Like the whole photo, I can be wearing an all red outfit, but if this is a slightly ruby red, and this one is slightly crimson red. So macam different shades of red pun boleh, to me it's so interesting. Because it's just like one thing tapi you ada variety in that one thing. So like it's a bit of I want to do that for my images as well. Macam benda tu, mungkin benda tu semua orang dah shoot tapi what's
But
the
it's something
slight
you like.
angle benda lain sikit je yang I suka
Kita borak dengan fotografer kan. Kalau tanya I, merah biru hijau je. You jangan tanya shade merah apa, tapi I akan cakap merah gelap ke, merah macam terang sikit ke.
Best.
I don't know, I usually tend to describe colours
like that.
like putting it on other things so that orang faham tak? Macam contoh I cakap I want this marble green.
That makes sense because you're trying to relate to what other people see. Kalau macam cakap green,
you jangan tanya I
jade green,
nama
okay.
colour green tu I tak tahu.
Actually, I pun tak tahu. Tapi my artist friends who are in fine art, they were very specific. Macam tu. Yang tu I kurang.
Sama lah. I cuma tahu tu je, teal, and also another one is fuchsia.
Ooh, I love
Tu je I
fuchsia.
tahu.
I baru beli phone case colour fuchsia.
Wow, you should like bright colours,
I
guys.
love pink, yeah.
All right, we're going to talk more about being a photographer dari segi project and all that. Kejap lagi, so we'll be right back. You guys sit tight. Alright guys, we are back. Next up, episode ke-6 presented by Rakan Muda bersama dengan Amani Azlin, seorang fotografer. Tadi dah cerita sikit backstory dia. First camera dia warna pink, guys. No, not first camera warna pink. First camera you actually...
My dad's camera, warna
Yeah.
hitam.
Warna apa hitam?
Hitam.
But your very own
My
first camera?
first camera yang macam I simpan,
Warna
pink.
babes. Warna pink. Disco warna pink dengan warna hitam. Dia punya favourite colour. I picked that up just now. So now we're going to talk about your projects and your inspiration.
Let's do it.
What is your main inspiration or your trademark in your photography?
I rather not focus on a trademark, tapi over time, like I said, something a bit more minimal. I think if you want to tell a story, try to tell a story as simple as you can, and then from there, baru you build in the layers and the levels in between the simple. Macam kalau satu rumah tu level 1, level 2, level 3, keep it simple. But what's inside level 1, what's inside level 2, that's where you get to play and you get to add more spice and add more story in there. Yeah, I think that's how I approach things.
But usually what inspired you to like take pictures? Okay, from the very beginning, right? When you started taking your father's camera. Actually, what inspired you? You mula saja gatal nak main-main je ke? Or you really, macam you watch something, you saw something that you rasa macam, okay, I'm going to pick up the camera myself and start taking photos.
Ooh. Actually, a lot of people ask like, why do you take photos? How do you start taking photos? But if you ask me like specifically what made me want to take photos with a camera, I rasa I tak ingat. I rasa memang I dari dulu memang I nak ambil gambar.
You memang suka.
I memang suka. So kalau I macam pergi family pergi holiday, I tak suka kalau I ambil gambar I. My mom cakap duduk sini semua. But like you give me the camera, I tak nak ambil gambar like the bunga by the jalan. So benda-benda macam tu memang dari dulu I ambil gambar. Tak tahu kenapa. I think it's more like I have to take photos. So if you ask me, like, I'm not sure why, but I have to. So even if I don't have my camera, I carry my camera everywhere. Right now pun ada camera. Kalau tak camera, pakai phone.
Okay.
And it's not for anyone pun. It's just because I want to take the photos.
I guess it's more of like, maybe you like to capture moments.
Yeah,
Maybe
moments.
it's like a journal in your...
Yeah.
You know, like when we take pictures with our eyes in terms of moments when we are in, for example,
Right now.
like I'm taking pictures in my head of you, so that memory stays.
Yes.
But I guess you want to project that on a photo where you can keep
Maybe. Because it's not like I look back at the photos, but I just have to take the photos
Yeah,
first.
but at least you have a memory of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a journal.
Yeah, I think
journal.
it's interesting that you bring up memories because so my thesis was all about how I didn't trust my memory. So in an attempt to trust my memories, I ambil gambar. So it was, but it wasn't like a specific yes or no. It was for the sake of the thesis, I macam same question that you just asked. Kenapa I kena ambil gambar dari dulu? So I related to memory. So kalau I tak ambil gambar, I takut I tak ingat.
You bagus tau. Kalau ada apa-apa investigation, kita panggil dia.
You boleh
Kebetulan kalau
zoom.
you dekat tempat tu kan.
You panggil
Tanya
je
dia
I.
mesti ada. Dia mesti ada stok gambar-gambar yang dia ambil time tu kan.
Tapi kalau you
so
nak,
bagus.
you beli.
Selalunya macam tu lah.
Business.
Tapi kalau untuk investigation macam mana?
Actually, I would be interested to do that.
Right.
Yeah, like documentation for any investigation.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a new area yang... do people do that? I rasa.
I don't know, I
hire-
watch movies, girl. I watch too.
No, but like, I watch movies. So like going back to inspiration, a lot of my composition is based on movies that I enjoy. So I
Right.
prefer this filmmaker. So nanti ada one face tu macam gambar I semua tiba-tiba macam filmmaker ni. Because I tengok movie dia. Yeah.
I don't know, it's something that you can explore, but in Malaysia I tak tahulah. under
Tapi
what
nanti
department.
macam pelik
But
sangat
it will be
angle
very
dia pula
strict
kan.
lah. Tak kisahlah taklah kau nak gambar ke tak nak. Dek, untuk buat investigation jangan macam-macam kita cerita pasal macam-macam. When it comes to client requests, how do you actually blend your own maybe style and client's request? Contohlah macam you sekarang kan, you're into not so center pictures. Dapat pula klien macam, I nak center. Amani, I nak center. Sebab I kan macam berangan. The world revolves around me. I nak center macam tu.
You pasal kan. I feel like for me, depending, when you've done this for a long time, you have your natural instinct. You tengok klien ni klien yang boleh borak-borak ke, you klien yang macam, you know what, they have a specific goal that they need, which makes sense, and then they hire you. So try to commit to their goals and help them achieve that goal, because that's part of your job as well. You are in the middle person. You ambil gambar for them, for the business, for the marketing. So you kena pandai-pandai. But usually for me, I would kalau I nak juga, kena degil juga, I ambil je apa yang dia nak, pasal I bagi. Tapi okay, after this, I cakap dengan model, do you mind if we try this? I ambil it for myself. And then bila I nak post, I post yang I punya. I takkan post yang punya. So you still, because when you are the photographer, I think don't be afraid to sort of stick to your vision is one thing. Tapi like I said, diorang hire you untuk buat kerja. So satisfy their goals, satisfy their needs, but then take 5 minutes at the end to do something for yourself. Lepas tu baru tukar baju or baru buat something. Baru
So that means then you ada kepuasan you sendiri.
yeah, and then
for you to
client
keep
mendapat apa
staying
dia
in
nak.
this job lah.
Yeah, because I think kadang-kadang you're too focused on, oh, I'm an artist, I need to do these things my way. So you lose the connection with the client. Now you lose the connection with the model. So it's important for you when you're a photographer on set, you are leading not just your work but the relationship with other people on set.
Yeah.
So kalau you bad mood, semua orang bad mood.
Ya, betul.
Yeah, so
Semua macam alamak, Amani tak ada mood lah.
so nanti kan viral. Oh, photographer made fun of me.
Kalau you dapat klien lambat you nak viral. Bila dah balik tu mesti baru I macam like, kita tak ada gambar pun tadi.
Itulah. Kadang-kadang I shoot, like I would go on set and I'm like, oh my god, talent I hari ni I minat dia. Tapi sebab I tengah bekerja,
Yeah.
so bila balik I cerita kat mama, tadi shoot ni. Tapi tak ambil gambar.
Yeah, but at least you have a picture of them.
Yeah.
Faham tak? So you ada bahan bukti.
Yeah,
Kalau macam I ni.
I tulis nama lah, ni gambar I ambil.
Tapi kalau macam I, macam like, oh tadi foto, tapi kita lupa nak ambil gambar dengan kru ni kan ni. Ya, I selalu macam tu. I pelupa. So I sebenarnya patut ada kawan macam you.
Yeah. Nanti you pergi mana, I ambil gambar you je.
Bagusnya. I baru bercerita pasal I memerlukan orang ambil gambar dengan video I. Tapi nantilah kita borak tepi. Itu harga-harga semua kita borak
On the
tepi.
side.
Now we're talking about your experience. Usually, as a photographer, okay, I don't know. I've never been a photographer myself. I rasa I ambil gambar pun tak approve daripada you kot. Macam, kila lah. Jauh lagi perjalanan you kila. Macam tu. Tapi, I've seen a few photographers where they do tend to get like stressed. Or even when I watch movies, photographer yang handle models and all that, they do tend to overthink things. How do you overcome that? Do you tend to do that?
Yeah, I think I cepat panic. So kadang-kadang kalau I tengah shoot tu nanti jam I, you are going through a stressful moment. Tapi I
But
macam,
why are you stressed though?
because, okay, so when you're on set, for example, is e-commerce, you have 40 looks, you nak jual baju, ada 40 baju, tapi ada 8 jam. Maybe the model isn't feeling the vibe yet. Usually the first 1-2 hours tengah warm up.
Yeah.
Client nak macam ni, kita dah ambil gambar, we're not feeling it. And then, so you have to handle the model, but your crew as well, my producer, my project manager, my stylist, and then you on the side, you can make sure client will only talk to you. Okay, Amani, I tak suka macam ni. So after dah ambil 5 kali pun, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. So then I start to macam, okay, we've tried 5 things and we're still not there. So what can we do? So that's when my heart rate starts to go up, because if I take too long to figure out what to do, I'm wasting my time for the next 30 baju. And then kena OT. Then there's, there's like things coming up back to back. So usually the first few hours memang I akan stress sikit, I'm on edge. But again, like I said, over time, because you've done this long enough, you can rely on yourself. You know that you can trust yourself to get back to it. So you stress kejap macam, you know what, I've done this so many times. It should come so naturally. Yeah.
Sendiri stress.
Tapi tak tunjuk orang itu macam tu.
Yelah, you can like, okay, yeah, we'll try a new one.
So you need to trust yourself enough that you can come back from anything.
Yeah. Girl, I trust you. If that's what you've been through, girl, I trust you. Alright, lepas ni kita nak tanya bad and good experience that maybe she have been through for the past 7 years, right? You've been doing this. Kejap lagi, you guys will be right back. Next up, episod ke-6 brought to you by Rakan Muda. Okay, kita bersama dengan Amani Azlin, seorang fotografer. Tadi tak sempat nak include your good and bad experience throughout the 7 years of your professional photography career. So maybe we'll start with a good one first. Something good that is so memorable, or maybe a project.
I think for me, something that pops up when you talk about good energy or good memory is always when you get to work with your friends. So sometimes my friends would come in as art director, or like if I do a music video and the singer is also my friend, so it feels a bit more intimate, coming up with ideas and things like that. It doesn't feel too much like work, but more like a collaboration effort with your friends. So things like that I would hold closer to myself as a sort of good memory.
That would be like a really fun project, kan?
Yeah.
Macam kawan-kawan, macam
kawan-kawan, tapi dia orang ada manager, I pun ada manager. Tapi macam bila manager tak ada,
yeah. Tapi at the same time macam like, you know, it's easier to communicate your vision and their vision. Yeah, macam tak adalah you macam rasa ada
you
boundary.
learn new things as well, because you know each other as friends. So now that when you are in work mode, you realize they're like this, and then they also realize that I'm like this. So macam there's also like a little learning session in that collaboration. Like I didn't know you were like that. So the friendship also dives in a bit deeper. So that's something meaningful that I think.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be really fun. Okay, now let's talk about the bad experience.
I know you want to talk about the bad experience.
Girl, you gotta give me some tea.
I think bad experience.
This couch is full of tea.
Oh, let me just.
Janganlah keluarkan tea tu. Kita masuk. Tapi dia simpan on the couch je. It stays on the couch.
Bila I bangun,
we don't take it out.
Okay.
Girl.
I think for me, bad experience, I would just relate to something that I did, so we don't talk about anyone else.
Okay, girl, up to you though.
I've had moments, learning curves, but like times where I thought I could do everything. So sometimes when a project comes in, I macam, alamak, lagi seminggu je nak buat, but I nak juga, I degil juga. Padahal sebenarnya I tahu it's last minute. I shouldn't have taken it. So last benda, I have too much on my plate. So banyak buat salah because of that. And I think that was also, this client that I had was also one of my first few global clients yang macam international. So in that sense, to me it was really, it got a bit messy because I missed a lot of things. So bad experience wise, I think I would put that in the top 10 because I was also still not very young, but I was still young-ish.
As in early on
when I first jumped into masa tu company, I remember it start like, I have my own company now, like very proud, and then suddenly I made a mistake. So it was a lot of like up and down where I thought I thought I could do this, but then I couldn't. But like I said, it was a lesson learned. So kalau tak sempat, cakap tak sempat. Jangan like macam
push yourself too much.
Or push yourself, but hire people, work with other people. Like so you don't do things on your own. Have people help you juga. Like don't be
selfish and think you can have it all.
Yeah, lower down your ego and like ask for help.
Faham? But did that drive you to the verge of like giving up? Macam okay, maybe this is not for me.
Not giving up, but it was more like embarrassment that I couldn't do it, because over the years, I was very confident that I could do this, because like, you know, time and time again, I macam, you know what, let's keep pushing. So far, bila dah push macam okay, sekali push ni tak jadi.
But I think it's the limitation of time as well when you took the project, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. So I feel like I should have known.
Right.
I think it was
No, it's okay. Everybody learn from their mistake.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, in order for you to
yeah,
learn
so this
that.
was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So to me, it was important because I macam, orang cakap je, like, you know, when I talk about this, can I have you do this? And then this producer would be like, oh, Amani, I think we should do it. Sempat, tapi I nak juga sebab I degil. So to me, it's like, listen to other people, open up, give other people a chance to come in and like chime in, and not just, sebab I suka live my own world tau. So macam, alah best ni kalau dapat ni, boleh buat ni, boleh buat ni.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Yeah, it's not wrong. I am in the industry for that, tu berangan. But at that point, I think I was more berangan than work. So that's why, so I realized if you want to survive in the art or like in the creative scene, it's not just about the creative bit. You have to do the project managing, you have to do the business side. There are other things, you kena belajar.
Wow.
So macam tu, masa hari tu I macam, okay, you kena banyak belajar lagi.
But it's okay. I think semangat membara. Masa tu baru
Sangat
lagi.
membara
So
lepas
macam,
tu.
membara. I want this, I want that, I want
Lepas
this.
tu
I
back
can
to
do
back.
it all. Lepas tu you macam like, okay, I burn out. Okay, I shouldn't have. Maybe I could have like stopped this.
Yeah.
Maybe take it in the future.
The burnout is real.
Girl.
Let's
not talk about that now. Okay, let's talk about camera gears. Is it true?
Favorite.
You need to spend more for a better outcome?
Yes and no. I think when you get to a certain point, I do think it's important to invest in your gear.
Okay.
Sebab for example, if the client wants to print something on a billboard, takkan you nak pakai kamera yang tak boleh nak print besar-besar.
Okay.
So you do need better equipments for better projects. But I think it's up to you to decide, because if you don't know your gear well enough, boleh je you nak print besar, but learn what is the limitation for this.
Okay.
There's also options like nak menyewa. You can also just rent for certain occasions, so you don't have to like go all in, because camera gears are expensive and they're getting more expensive.
Yeah.
Like
I don't remember digital
diamond
camera.
rings? No, my camera.
That's for you though, not for me. But digital camera is making a comeback.
Yes.
And I think the price is like more expensive than those days, I feel, kan? Dah
Dia
macam,
mahal.
dulu mak I beli tak ada pun mahal macam ni. Kenapa over?
I dah kerja pun I tak nak beli, macam mahal sangat.
I mean, we should have bought a lot last time, kan?
Yes.
But last time, we were evolving. So
Yeah.
our parents were like, okay, dah, this is not the latest. Kita nak beli yang latest. Now we make a comeback pula.
Yes.
So those yang simpan tu lucky lah. I think you are one of those lucky ones. Now, skills or proper equipment if you can only choose one.
Skills, always. You
Okay.
can make anything with like the lousiest gear kalau you tahu macam nak buat.
Means you're a professional. Girl, means you're a professional. You cuba bagi kat I.
Boleh je.
Boleh lah, tapi level limit kamera tu lah.
You cakap lah, that's your vibe.
Kan? Ya, dalam dunia ni, apa-apa yang korang rasa macam, dia tak perfect. Itu art, babe. Itu art. Itu visionary.
It's subjective.
Itu I punya vision. Kau tak faham. Maknanya you bukan level I. Gitu. Okay, when we come back, we want to play games. This or that, to lighten up the mood. So you guys, we'll be right back. Next up, episode ke-6 bersama dengan Amani Azlin, presented by Rakan Muda. Of course, bila kita kembali, kita nak main game this or that. Girl, are you ready or not? Nah, gitu. It's just 5 questions. You gotta choose
Let's
between
do it.
this or that. Oh, girl. I like it. Semangat membara.
This one.
I like to hype it up tau. Padahal soalan dia senang je. Okay. Outdoor or indoor?
Ooh, outdoor.
Okay, lah. Awal-awal you dah cakap is kat bunga lah and all kan. Okay, but why not indoor? What if it's a glass house?
I love it. But if I could choose outdoor, like I'm known as an outdoor photographer.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Indoor boleh je. Tapi
But-
indoor I macam diam sikit. Kalau outdoor I macam haha sikit. Boleh tak?
Boleh. Dia ikut you kan. You kan, itu art you. Okay?
Tapi I
Jangan
should put I
sibuk-sibuk.
membuat art. Kan?
Jangan sibuk nak persoalkan, okay? Portrait or landscape?
Ooh, nowadays landscape. I used
What do
to be
you
a
mean
portrait
nowadays?
girl. Recently, I would always stay in landscape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Portrait macam I kan sekarang tengah try something new. So
Oh,
I feel, kita dah the 30s kan, kita tukar sikit.
Memang kita punya vision dah lain sikit. Nampak benda tu, this is artsy. Dulu yang kita tengok artsy dah macam like, now it's like, yes, that's the one. Okay, film or digital?
For me, digital.
Okay, why?
Because I started out with digital. So I think with film, you have to like spend a lot while you're learning. And I'm too impatient. Because like, it costs a lot to develop, to buy the film. And every time you develop a role, there's new things you learn. Oh, gambar ni I rasa boleh lagi contrast. So then you wait. Like, it takes more time. And I think it's well suited for those who are really into their craft and like taking their time. But I admit, I memang kurang sabar. I suka ambil gambar, I edit, she dah siap.
Okay. So digital kan you boleh set dah siap and all that.
So I feel like I lagi suka duduk kat laptop, edit. So it's just different. Maybe when I'm older, once I slow down a bit, then I masuk film. But right now, digital.
Okay, interesting. But it makes sense lah because we started off with digital juga kan? Okay, so preset or freestyle?
Freestyle. Yeah, everything is different. You can't just...
Yeah, you can't set everything the same. But there are some people where they like that vibe.
Yes.
Macam tiba-tiba this season dia punya vibe is like, a bit more on the yellow.
Yeah.
Chart. Is it yellow?
I think...
I don't know, the bronzy sunsetty.
Macam ada orange sikit, warm
yeah,
sikit
warm.
kan.
Yes, that's the word, girl. Ada setengah orang kan tengah macam, this is my warm season.
era.
This is my monochrome era.
And black and white.
Tiba-tiba nak black and white pula. Ada juga orang macam tu. So
I
maybe
suka
they preset.
freestyle because I think lagi fun. Bila dah siap gambar, tengok okay, gambar ni sesuai vibe apa. Every gambar ada vibe sendiri.
Yeah. So macam tak boleh lah nak preset kan.
For me lah.
Hello, dia bekerja guys. Ini source of income dia. Tak boleh lah nak ikut dari klien. Okay. Candid or posed?
Candid.
Really?
Yeah. I think okay, if I can say both.
Okay.
But in my work, pose. Because everything has to be a certain way. But in my I do a bit of street photography. Yeah, my own lifestyle, candid. Because I actually started with street photography before I went into fashion, before I went into like commercial work. So like I said, after gambar bunga tu, I terus pergi jalan-jalan ambil gambar orang.
Okay, tapi kan pergi jalan-jalan ambil gambar orang kan. Sekarang ni kan zaman sama menyaman. Pernah tak orang macam hey?
Pernah je.
Oh, ya ke?
Especially like, tengok gambar, you ambil gambar apa? Can I see what photo did you take? What like I need to see. You take photo of me? Banyak je. But that's part of the experience doing street. Lagi-lagi perempuan.
Tapi you perempuan oi. Ambil gambar perempuan apa yang dia rasa macam?
Tak, both pros and cons. Kadang-kadang sebab I perempuan, dia macam, are you tourist or you nak ambil gambar apa? It's harmless. But also because I perempuan, dia orang rasa macam, bak sini kamera, nak tengok you ambil gambar apa. So there's also like, pros and cons to
how do you
shooting.
deal with that though?
Either you buat tak tahu, or I'm like, just jalan je. Sebab kadang-kadang diorang nak provoke je. Kadang macam kalau I ambil gambar dari jauh ke apa, I nampak diorang tu, I macam, okay, just slowly.
Tapi tak pernah lagi sampai
acting.
level sama nak menyaman.
Oh tak, insyaAllah tak.
Okay. Takut muka dia. No, sekarang ni orang dah pandai. Semua nak claim, go.
TikTok pun I macam, no.
Oh, faham? Okay. So, nature or human?
That's the hardest one.
Is it?
Yeah.
There's another one.
I would say human.
Oh, but you started with bunga.
Lepas bunga, I masuk human.
Okay, tapi you started with bunga.
I started with bunga. Tapi bunga, I rasa macam, okay, dah cantik. I rasa dah cukup gambar bunga.
Okay, so why do you pick human then?
I pick human because I think my idea of a beautiful face is so different than what it used to be back then. So now, I suka ambil gambar orang. Macam kalau I keluar, I nampak macam pakcik tu, cool gila gambar pakcik tu macam ada extra tak lalat ke apa. So I feel like human has more interesting thing that's attractive to me for now. I think the more you meet new people pun, the more you macam, nak ambil gambar manusia.
Right, so...
Yeah. Tapi kalau dah too much, I would go to
back
nature.
to nature.
But if I have to choose one right now and like, I would choose human.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, last one. Pink or black?
Pink.
Really?
I'm going to say pink, yeah. So, I wear a lot of black. My whole wardrobe is black.
Okay, so pink or red? You gotta choose, girl. This or that.
I mean, you know what? I started out with pink. I'm loyal to pink.
Okay. I like a
Pink.
loyal person. I like a loyal girl.
We
okay,
are
that's our loyal
here.
babe
So
here.
loyal so far right now.
We are very loyal here. Okay, so we're going to come back. And of course, kita nak minta Amani bagi kata-kata semangat kepada fotografer yang baru nak start this as their professional career. Later, we'll be right back. Alright guys, kita dah sampai ke penghujung. Next up, episod ke-6 presented by Rakan Muda with Amani Azlin. Oh, nyanyi. Awal dengan hujung dah. Kali ni kita belajar awal dengan hujung je, okay? So, seorang photographer, maybe, before I let you go, you have a few words. Maybe, because you've been in this professionally for 7 years. You started on your own. First you kerja, lepas tu you freelance.
Yeah.
And now you're back on your own business, which is freelance, lah kan?
Yes.
So, maybe ada words to those out there yang want to start venturing into photography. Maybe there are things that, you were not told, but you learn it on your own.
Oh, I have 3 things.
There you go.
So first thing, just do it. Just go out. Kalau you suka, ambil je. Don't think too much, because at that point when you're starting out, at least the first 5 years, it won't matter in the long run. What matters is that you did it. So I think that's important. 2 is make friends. Always make friends in the industry. Kalau you shot sendiri lama-lama, nanti lonely and boring and you tak akan grow. So make friends outside of your circle, not just art. Make friends with people who are into maths or something. So nanti you punya perspektif tukar. Bila perspektif tukar, gambar you will be more interesting. That's my opinion. And then the third one is trust yourself. Trust your eye. Even if you watch YouTube or this is the best way to take street photography, okay, follow. Make that as a lesson, but also trust your eye. If you trust your eye enough, lama-lama your style will genuinely be yours. So you takkan.
You won't be stuck to the template that you started with.
So always, the more you do it, the more trust there is. So always trust yourself. So those 3 things.
Cikgu, saya ada soalan. Kalau rabun macam saya, macam mana nak trust my eyes?
Kalau cantik, you try ambil gambar tutup mata, see baru you tengok. Jadi tak?
Tapi I rabun macam mana? I trust my eyes. There is a red dot there. Tapi bila I ambil, sebenarnya red dot tu there.
Mungkin you tak payah ambil gambar.
Okay. But at the end of the day, just go out, do it, try your best. If you ada perasaan, rasa nak buat something, be it photography or anything even, start somewhere. Because if you don't start today, you might not start in the next 10 years.
Preach.
Kan? So go out and do it. Start somewhere. Learn from your mistakes. You'll get there. Thank you, Amani Azlin.
Thank you.
Amani Azlin. For coming to Next Up. And then kita akan jumpa di episod seterusnya. Bye-bye.